live on a Wednesday morning. We're here at Edgewood Senior Living, and like promised, I'm going to give you a little tour of the kitchen. All right, we just opened up, so I'm going to take you on a tour, let you see what it's all about, the day of the life of an opening chef. Well, first thing I do when I come in is I turn on the lights. That's what it looks like when I come in. Just like this. Get this light here, this light here. First thing every chef knows is you go to the coffee machine and make coffee. So I've got a nice fresh pot going right here. Then I fill up my sink, get hot soapy water going, get our dish machine turned on and ready to go, get it up to temp so it's hot, everything's clean, looks real good. Ladies did a good job cleaning last night. Here's our prep area. It's our mixer, our slicer, all our different little utensils and gadgets that we use in the course of the day, all our seasonings. Not all of them. We got some secrets hidden somewhere. But basically, today I've got a pork roast. I pulled that out earlier just to get it out so it's easier to cut. It'll warm up a little bit. That's for lunch today with sweet potatoes. So then we get our course of our line. That's all the way back. That's our back door. We take the garbages and the boxes out. Some outside here, we've got some herbs that I got drawn out here. Got the basil and rosemary. Then we use a lot of that too. Yep, that's our line. We keep our bread. Here's the tickets from last night. I'm going to count these up, and I keep a record of who came in and ate what they ate, and guests and staff members that ate. Keep a log of that. There's our toaster, the grill, keep it hot. We do our grill orders and stuff during the course of the day. Our oven that you've seen in previous shows. So, then we got our cooler here. Always make sure when you're at home too, that you keep it clean and wiped out. That you've got a temperature in there so you know what the temperature of your food is. It's not in the danger zone. You know, which is 41 to here, let's get this in. So it's not in the danger zone. So see the red there, that's the danger zone. I gotta get the focus here. So looks good. I've also got digital readout on this. And then 3 for the freezer. So good. But always make sure you're let me back out here. Whoa, we're going in too close. Get your raw product on the bottom shelf. Everything's wiped out and clean. It's got egg in it too, so it's pancake batter. Everything's labeled, keeps everything clean and organized. You should do the same thing at home. Before you go shopping, always clean and organize out your coolers, your reach-ins, your freezers. Make sure you've got product. And if you do have it, cross it off your list so you don't buy it twice. So, got another little reach-in. Our salad area where we keep our salad stuff. Got some more coolers over here. Got our freezer. Don't have much in here because it was just excess, but here's our other one. Same again. Keep it organized and clean so you know what's going on every time. Okay. Always keep it organized and clean. Good chefs are always organized and clean. Now we're going to go into our big walk-in cooler here. Let's see what we've got going on today. I'm going to plan soup today. Every day I come in, I make sure that the day before, I'll put it up here, I've made my mirepoix. I don't come in and make a specific soup. I always see what we have left over. But anyway, I got your onions, some parsley, carrots, and celery that I've cut up. That'll be the mirepoix for the soup. And I see that we've got some ham left over here. So I'm going to cut this up and dice it up. And most likely either I'll make a potato or a bean, and we'll have ham and potato or ham and bean soup today. Decided to go with the ham and bean. So got some nice tomatoes in there. That's soup for today. Always use leftovers. I never go for scratch anything unless I've got extra money in the Kindle, which these days everybody knows is not that often. So anyway, keep everything kind of organized in here too. We back out of here a little bit. I got the dairy on one side, all my milk, cottage cheese, sour cream, eggs. Got some water for the staff because it is July here in Minnesota. I got produce. I got produce over here too. All the fruit. Got mushrooms, fruits and vegetables. All my carrots and oranges and celery, and of course potatoes. And you got your raw meat on the bottom. Everything raw goes on the bottom shelf, so it's not dripping into other food. I got some bratwurst thawing out for tonight, and then all the other stuff. So I'm going to pull that rear paw and the ham out. I'm going to start cutting up on the soup after I get done talking to everybody here, and then we'll get through the course of the day, and I'll show you some of the equipment we use on this show too. But anyway, this is where I do most of the action right here. When you do watch a show in Edgewood Senior Living here, you'll all know that this is a familiar area probably to you. This is where I do most of the shooting. Right in this area right here, and I try to put it on a tripod, which is right here. Just basically a cheap little tripod. So that is our tour. I'm going to go show you one more thing here. We do have a storeroom, tiny little storeroom. Got our can rack with all this stuff, and then pasta and dehydrated foods here, and some dressings and onions. Of course, got to have onions. And of course, every kitchen's got to have trash bags and chemicals. So this is our chemical area and our mop area. We do mop and clean every day, twice a day. Here's our baking stuff. Try not to give a shameless plug to any company, but we do have cake mixes and muffin mixes and things like that. Not a lot of time to actually bake from scratch here because we're jamming all day long. Freezer. Meat, bread, vegetables. I got everything kind of organized. Got the vegetables on the top shelf, potato products on the second shelf, bread on the third shelf, ice cream, which is a good product here. Everybody loves their ice cream here. And then I've got meats. We got the hamburger and pork, more pork products there, and then chicken on the bottom. Not as organized as I'd like it, but hey, it's not a mess. I know where everything is. All right, next we're going to show you all of our equipment that we try to use in this show, and maybe some brands and some recommendations if you're thinking of doing your own cooking show. Thanks for joining us. All right, well, if you are a fan of the show, then you do recognize this set also. This is the one I do out of my house. Got our cutting board and our cabinets, and got the stove there that we do a lot of the stuff on. Right there, microwave, stove, and the oven. We've used the oven a couple of times. And another counter here. And we got our cutting board and our sink, so we keep our hot soapy water in, and like to shoot. So this is another set. This nice set, a little bit of orange in here. We call it the orange room here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. As you can see, it is quite orange. Next we're going to go into the equipment and stuff that I use for the show. And I'm going to show you the tripod right now, because I'm going to need the tripod in the next scene. So here it is. This opens up, and it also gets tall. I can make it up to 54 inches by adjusting the legs out like that, but I don't want to do this now because it's a real pain in the butt to put back together again. So hang on, we'll go to our next scene, and that will be the equipment that I use to put this on the air. All right, well, not only do you need a good set and a place to stage your show, but you also need the equipment to actually upload it onto YouTube video or some kind of other platform that you want to show your show onto. So one of the things you're definitely going to have is going to be a good camera. I have a Canon, and that's on top of the tripod that I just showed you. I have another tripod here. It's kind of nice because the stands can bend into do like this, and I've actually used this before and put it up here on the microwave and had it shooting down into the pan, so you could see. I think that was the tater tot hot dish, and perhaps maybe the chili show that we did that on. So a couple good tripods, especially if you've got more than one camera. You're going to do sound quality. I don't have the walking lavalier mic or lavalier mic that I have because I don't have that kind of camera yet, but I'm going to buy a new camera that's going to have a lavalier mic into it so I can go wireless. But right now I also do voiceover for the show. Sometimes I have to do the voiceover because in the kitchen, as you heard on the beginning of this program, it's very loud with ambient noises and stuff like that, and I want to make sure the sound quality is good. You can buy yourself a nice microphone on Amazon, anywhere from $15 to $300. This is probably around $45. It also came with the stand that I use and a shield for all your sibilous S's and P's, your like that. So it'll screen that out. Not that I talk like that a lot, but at least I hope I don't. Another good thing is when you're shooting, especially on location and you're remote, always have a couple of SDH cards. I carry a little pack with a bunch of, I got 10 slots here for 10 things. Backup batteries for your camera. Always have backup batteries, more than one set for your camera, because that's the worst thing in the world, is to spend 30, 40 minutes, 50 minutes recording a show and then realize the batteries died halfway through it because your camera didn't let you know. Backup battery for my cell phone, just in case. And I've also got some cases for the SD cards if I want to just throw them in my backpack when I'm heading out. It's just a little case for Game Boy that I've had for a while. Cell phone. On my cell phone I've got an app for a stopwatch. A stopwatch is good to have so you can time scenes, and you're going to need to time your music, you're going to need to time your voiceover, all your audio and video need to come together at the same time. So sometimes it's good to have that stopwatch capability. So next we're going to move over to the computer, and I'm going to show you the video and audio software that I use to actually record the show. Alright, and what we've got here is we have our video editing. I have a thing called Movie Maker. It came on our computer. I will be upgrading it to a better system. This is an okay one, but in order to get better content, not only do I have to get better, but most of my software has to get better too, so I can shoot better content along with me getting better along with that content. But what you can see, let me close in here a little bit, all this little timeline that I have, it goes through, and this is where right there, that's a split where I clicked on there and I wanted to stop it and clip some stuff out of there and edit it out. There's another one there. So I just kind of clip scenes together, clip scenes together, clip scenes together, and then you can watch it up here as you're doing it. Watch it up here as you're doing it. And you can see that it's going to go through the whole thing. There's my intro. So it's kind of neat, kind of wild, kind of wacky. And then on my audio system, I do have two kinds. I have Audacity and I have WavePad. Right now my computer, where'd it go? Right now I'm hooked up to WavePad because that's where my microphone is onto that. So I've got my microphone right here, and you got to make sure that puppy's on too before you start recording. But you will know because your WavePad will not have waves on it, the sound line, and I'll show you what that means right here. We're going to go to a new file. Actually, you just go right here to this red button, click on that, and then you can see I'm talking. You can see the lines there. That is my voice. I can tell when I need to break, or I can clip and edit in between these spots, like right here. I can add a sound effect in here if I want to from a different file. I can just download it right into there. So it's kind of neat. I do like doing voiceover work too for commercials and cartoons, things like that. If you go to my website, you will see the three different, and you can listen to the three different voice tracks that I've laid down at a professional studio for commercials, for narration, and for voicemail and telephone prompting. So I do that also because I think I have a unique voice. I can do all kinds of different voices. I don't really use them on the show too much, but I have got about 72 different character voices that I can do when I do the voiceovers. So that being said, that's our video and auditing. That being said, this is our video and audio editing software that I use to put the show up on the air. Also, can't get a picture of I'm not going to save that because it's just me yammering on. Well, I appreciate you joining us today. Glad I could take you on this little tour behind the scenes in the studio, the set, and the equipment we use to put the show on the air. I appreciate you watching it. We are on 3 different platforms. I am on YouTube, of course, on North Metro TV up in Blaine, Minnesota, and also on Go Indie TV. Anyway, you want to learn more about us here at It's Only Food, go to itsonlyfood.biz.
We are a growing company and we have a lot more to offer than just doing YouTube videos. So go to that and check it out. And also go to Chef Politte on Facebook, facebook.com/Chef Politte to find out more information there too. Don't forget we have seasoning for sale. It's a wonderful thing. You watch more of these videos, you'll see us use it. All right, go to my channel at youtube.com/POLTRI131312 and subscribe, share, and like us. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Thanks for joining us. Have a good day. And don't forget, it's only food. Bye-bye.